Welcome to the session on Vrikshayurveda. In this session, let us discuss about Varahamihira's contribution to Vrikshayurveda. Varahamihira lived during 505 to 580 AD. Varahamihira is said to be present in the court of Vikramaditya. He is a great astronomer. Varahamihira being the great astronomer and who compiled the Brihat Samhita. It is just like an encyclopedia. Lived in the court of Vikramaditya. There is a famous shloka on it. Dhanvantarikshapanakamara simha shanku vetala bhatta ghatakarpara kalidasaha Kyato Varahamihiro Nrupate Sabhayam Ratnani Vai Vararuchir Navavikramasya. So these Navaratnas were said to be present in the court of Vikramaditya. Among them, Varahamihira is also one. Kyato Varahamihiro Nrupate Sabhayam. So he is also one among the topmost personalities present in the court of Vikramaditya. He composed the Brihat Samhita. Brihat Samhita it has chapter 54, which is entitled as Vrikshayurveda. It has only 31 shlokas. So we cannot expect full details of any one topic, nor can we hope that all the different aspects of the science have been covered here. So it is very difficult to analyze on those things because he explains in 31 shlokas. So when we look into the Varahamihira on Vrikshayurveda, so Varahamihira is as I had already mentioned, is a great astronomer. In Brihat Samhita's chapter 54, which is entitled as Vrikshayurveda, wherein he says, in the first shloka, which advises the establishment of aramas, that means the gardens, in the precincts of reservoirs, and also in the second shloka, which deals with the preparation of soil, that is bhu. Sesamam is to be sown in a soft soil, and when it has blossomed, it has to be crushed and mixed with the soil. In shloka 3, he lists the auspicious trees which are to be grown first in garden or near the home, house. In shloka 4th and 5th, it mentioned the method of planting trees that grow from Sion, that is Kandaropya. Sion is to be smeared with cow dung and then planted at the cutting in the root or on the trunk of another tree. Then shloka 6 mentions the proper season for transplantation, praropayet, according to the stage of the growth of the Sion. The method of transplantation and watering of these trees are described in the next shlokas, that is 7th and 9th, 7th to 9th. So when we see the first shloka, Prantachaya vinirmukta namanojna jalashaya yasmadato jalaprante shwaraman viniveshayet. Prantachaya vinirmukta manojna jalashaya yasmadato jalaprante shwaraman jalapranteshu araman viniveshayet. Jalapranteshu araman jalaprante shwaraman. So here he says water reservoirs devoid of shade on their borders are not pleasing, because water reservoirs devoid of shade on their borders are not pleasing. One is to lay out gardens on the bank of water reservoirs. Because water reservoirs devoid of shade on their borders are not pleasing, one has to lay out gardens on the bank of water reservoirs. That is what he says. Jalapranteishu araman viniveshaye prantachaya vinirmukta namanojna jalashayaha jalashayaha na manojna prantachaya vinirmukta jalashayaha manojna na yasmat ataha jalapranteshu araman viniveshayet. That is what he says in the first shloka of 54th chapter. So in the next shloka, he says about the soil improvement. A soft soil is favorable for planting trees of all kinds. Mritvih bhu sarva vrikshanam hitatasya tilan vapet. Mritvih bhu sarva vrikshanam hitatasya tilan vapet. Pushpitam stamscha mritvneyat. Kametat prathamam bhuvaha. He says, Sarvavrikshanam hita, a soft soil is favorable for planting trees of all kinds. Soft soil is favorable, Sarvavrikshanam hita, for planting trees of all kinds. Tasya tilan vapet. Sesamem is to be sown in such a soil. Tila has to be sown, sesamem has to be sown in such a soil. After sesamem plants have blossomed, pushpitaha tamscha, after they blossomed, vidniyat kametat prathamam bhuvaha. They are to be crushed, to be mixed in the soil. After they are being sown, they should be crushed and mixed to the soil. This is the first work to be done for the improvement of the soil. So here he says how to improve the soil. The next shloka. So improvement of the soil is also one of the important factors for planting the plants. So enrichment of soil is also very much needed. Then when we speak on auspicious plants to be grown, auspicious plants to be grown. Arishta shoka punnaga shirisha sapriyanguvaha mangalyah purvamarame ropaniya griheshuva. Arishta ashoka punnaga shirisha priyangu. Arishta ashoka punnaga shirisha along with priyangu are auspicious plants. Mangalyaha, they are the auspicious plants. Mangalyaha. Purvam arame ropaniya griheshva. Griheshva arame purvam ropaniya. So auspicious plants are to be planted first. They are to be planted first in a garden and in the houses. Which plants? Arishta, Ashoka, Punnaga, Shirisha along with Priyangu, which are the auspicious plants. They are to be planted first in a garden and in the houses. Then also he says, Panasa, Ashoka, Kadali, Jambula, Kucha, Dadima, Draksha, Pali, Vatascheva, Bijapurati Muktaka. Panasa, Shoka, Kadali, Jambula, Kucha, Dadima, Draksha, Pali, Vatascheva, Bijapurati Muktaka. Then further he says which are to be planted. Panasa, Ashoka, then plantain, Kadali, Jambu, Lakucha, Dadima, pomegranate, Draksha, then Palivata, Bijapura, and Atimuktaka. They are to be planted. They are to be planted. The above mentioned plants are to be planted along with the scions after being smeared with cow dung. Ete drumaha kandaropya gomayena pralepitaha. Ete drumaha kandaropya gomayena pralepitaha. The above mentioned plants are to be planted along with their scions after being smeared with cow dung. After being smeared with cow dung, the above mentioned plants are to be planted along with their scions. एते द्रुमाः काण्ड आरोप्य गोमयेन प्रलेपिताः मूलोच्छेदे अथवा स्कन्धे रोपणीयाः परं ततः मूलोच्छेदे अथवा स्कन्धे रोपणीयाः परं ततः. They are then to be planted or replanted after cutting at the root or at the end of the stem. They are to be planted or replanted after cutting at the root or at the end of the stem. So then he says about the plantation. These are about the auspicious plants. Then he says about the plantation. The Varahamihira says about the plantation. The trees that have not grown branches are to be planted in Shirisha. In which Rutu, which plant has to be planted? We have the 6 Rutus as per our Indian custom. 1 year is having 6 Rutus. Ajata Shakha Shishire Jata Shakhan Himagame Varshagame cha Suskandhan Yathadik Sthan Praropayet. Ajata Shakha Shishire. The trees that have not grown, Ajata Shakha, not grown branches, which are not having branches. Najata Shakha, for which Shakha, branches have not yet grown, they are to be planted in Shirisha. Ajata Shakha Shishire, they are to be planted in Shirisha. Jata Shakhan Himagame, then which have the branches that have grown branches are to be planted in the winter season, that is Hemanta Rutu. Those plants which have grown branches are to be planted in the winter Hemanta. Jata Shakhan Himagame Ajata Shakha Shishire. Ajata Shakha Shishire Jata Shakha Himagame. Varshagame cha Suskandhan. Varshagame cha Suskandhan. Those that have good strong stems. Those that have good strong stems are to be planted often the coming of the rains. In Varsha Agame, Varsha, when Varsha means rain starts, when rain comes at that time, those plants which have good and strong stems are to be planted according to the proper place and time. According to the proper place and time. Varshagame cha Suskandhan yatha dik sthanat praropaye. Dik sthana, dik and sthana. According to proper dik and sthana, according to proper place and time. So, Ajata Shakha Shishire, Jata Shakhan Himagame, Varshagame cha Suskandhan. This is how plantation is to be done according to Bharat Samhita of Varahamihira. The taking out of plants and their planting at another place after they have been smeared from their root to their stem with ghee, ushira, sesamem, honey, vidanga, milk and cow during Bharat Samhita. Cow dung, sorry. So here, the taking out of the plants and their planting at another place after they have been smeared from their root to their stem with ghee, ushira, sesamem, honey, madhu, vidanga, milk, and cow dung. Ghrutoshira tilak shaudra vidanga kshira gomayaihi. Amulaskandhaliptanam Sankramana Viropanam Ghrutoshira Shaudra Vidanga Kshira Gomayaihi आमूलस्कन्धलिप्तानां सङ्क्रामणविरोपणम्. The taking out of plants and their planting at another place after they have been smeared from their root to the stem. After they have been smeared from their root to the stem with ghee, smeared with ghee, ushira, sesamum, til, honey, vidanga, milk, and cow dung. Milk and cow dung. So the taking out of and their out of plants and their planting at another place after they have been smeared from their root to the stem with ghee, ushira, sesamum, honey, vidanga, milk, and cow dung. This is how plantation is to be done according to Brihat Samhita of Varaha. The next he says about the watering. How to water the plants. Shuchirbhutva taro pujam kritva snananulepanaihi ropayed ropitaschaiva patraisthaireva jayate. Varahamihira further says that after becoming pure by taking bath and having worshipped a tree by bathing it, ablutions, and smearing it with fragrant paste, one is to plant a tree. You see how much concentration they have given for planting a tree, considering it as more auspicious. Shuchirbhutva tarof pujam kritva snana anulepanaihi ropayet ropitaschaiva patraisthaireva jayate. That is what he says. After becoming pure by taking bath, one has to take bath because it is so sacred, and having worshipped a tree by bathing it, one has to worship the tree by bathing it, ablutions, and smearing it with fragrant paste. One is to plant a tree. When planted a tree, it comes out even with the help of the leaves of that tree. When planted, a tree comes out even with the help of the leaves of that tree. This much auspiciousness they have given for plantation, because plants are so intimate to us. They are so much useful to us. They are so much helpful to us. Our entire living depends on the plants. It is so essential to human being. That is why even plantation is also very much auspicious, because they give life to us. We are depending on the nature. That much importance Varahamihira gives for the plantation. And next he says about the watering. Sayam pratascha dharmatto Shitakalam dinantare Varsha sucha bhuva shoshe Sektavyaropita druma. He says, Sayam pratascha dharmatto Shitakale dinantare Varsha sucha bhuva shoshe Sektavyaropita druma. The planted trees are to be watered both in the evening and morning. The planted trees, Sayam Prataste, both in the morning and evening, they are to be watered. In the summer season, when Shitakale Dinantare, Sayam Prataste Dharmatto, Shitakale Dinantare, on alternative days in the winter season. In the winter season, on the alternative days. In the summer, both in morning and evening, because there will be hot sun rays. Varsha sucha bhuva shoshe sektavyaropita druma. Varsha means during the rainy season. In the raining season, only when the soil becomes dry, one has to water it. Every day there is no need to water in the rainy season. Whenever soil becomes dry. At that time, the plant is to be watered. So, sayam pratascha dharmatto shitakale dinantare. Plants are to be watered both in the morning and evening during summer and on alternative days in the winter season, and in the rainy season only when the soil becomes dry. The watering is to be done. The medical treatment of the trees. Getting diseased is the clearing out of the affected parts with the help of a knife, and to them are smeared with a paste of vidanga and ghee, are to be irrigated with milk and water. With milk and water. So how the medical treatment of the plant is to be done? That is what he says. How to do the medical treatment of the plants. Getting diseased. When the plant gets diseased, how to treat it. So clearing out of the affected parts with the help of a knife, and to them are smeared with a paste of vidanga and ghee, are to be irrigated with milk and water. That is what he says. Chikitsitavadaistesham shastrenadau vishodhanam vidangakೃತಪಂಕಾಕ್ತಾಂ ಸೇಚಯೇತ್ ಕ್ಷೀರವಾರಿಣ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸಿತಭದೈಸ್ತೇಷಾಂ ಶಸ್ತ್ರೇಣಾದೌ ವಿಶೋಧನಂ. The diseased part is to be cleared out with the help of a knife, and then they are to be smeared vidangakೃತಪಂಕಾಕ್ತಾಂ ಸೇಚಯೇತ್ ಕ್ಷೀರವಾರಿಣ. Smeared with the paste of vidanga and ghee, are to be irrigated with milk and water. Kshira varina. Sechayet kshira varina. This is chikitsa to the trees getting diseased is mentioned by Varaha Mihira. Varaha Mihira also mentions about the richness of fruits and flowers. How to get richness of fruits and flowers? Varaha Mihira says, Phalanashe kulathescha mashermudgostileryavaha shutashitapayasekaha phalapushpa samruddhaye. Phalapushpa samruddhaye. Shutashita payasekaha. Irrigating with fruits, irrigating with milk that has been boiled and then cooled along with kulatha, masha, mudga, barley and sesamum is conducive for the richness of fruits. When there is phalanasha, he says, how to avoid phalanasha, that is premature destruction of the fruits. How to avoid premature destruction of fruits? He says, phalanashe, irrigating with milk that has been boiled and then cooled along with kulatha, masha, mudga, barley and sesamum is conducive for the richness of fruits and flowers. For the richness of fruits and flowers. That's what he says. So in the case of premature destruction of fruits, irrigating with milk that has been boiled and then cooled along with kulatha, masha, mudga, barley and sesamum is conducive for the richness of fruits and flowers. These are we can get the richness of fruits and flowers, and we can avoid the premature destruction of fruits. Then next we see about the auspicious nakshatras for plantation. Auspicious nakshatras for plantation. So even Kautilya, this Varahamihira, Kautilya we had seen in the previous session, we discussed in the previous session, and in this session we are discussing about the Varahamihira. He mentions about the auspicious nakshatras for plantation. Auspicious nakshatras for plantation. The fixed asterisms, Dhruva, Madhu, Mula, Vishakha, Pushya, Shravana, Ashwini, and Hasta are the asterisms, nakshatras, which have been declared by the sages with a divine vision as favorable for planting the trees. Dhruvam, Mrudumula, Vishakha, Gurubham, Shravanastadhashvini, Hastaha, Uttani Divyadrikbhihi, Padapasamropane Bhani. Divyadrikbhihi, Padapasamropane Bhani Uttani. The sages have declared them as favorable for planting the trees. Dhruva, Madhu, Mula, Vishakha, Pushya, Shravana, Ashwini, and Hasta nakshatras. They are mentioned as auspicious for planting the trees. Varahamihira says that seeds which have been soaked in milk for 10 days are handled with hands smeared with ghee and are rolled many times in cow dung. Seeds which have been soaked in milk for 10 days are handled with hands smeared with ghee, are rolled in many times in a cow dung, are fumigated with the meat of hog and deer. They are sown along with the meat and hog's fat in a land prepared well and are irrigated with water mixed with milk, come up and are full of flowers. How to get a plant full of flowers? Varahamihira is mentioning. Vasarani dashadugdha bhavitam bijamajyayuta hastayojitam Gomayena bahusho virukshitam Kroda marga pishitaischa dhupita Mamsa sukara vasa samanvitam ropitam cha parikarmita vanu Kshira sanyuta jala vasechitam jayate kusumayuktameva jayate kusumayuktameva. He is mentioning like that. Then further he says, even a Tintidi seed grows into a creeper or sprouts when irrigated with water containing the powder of rice, vrihi, masha, sesamum, and powdered barley, along with stinking meat and constantly fumigated with turmeric. A Tintidi seed grows into a creeper when irrigated with water containing the powder of rice, masha, sesamum, and powdered barley, along with stinking meat and constantly fumigated with turmeric. Tintidityapi karoti vallarim vrihi masha tilachurna saktubhi Bhutimamsa sahitescha sechita dhupita cha satatam haridraya. Then for transforming a kapita plant, he is mentioning how to transform a kapita plant into a creeper. The roots of aspota, dhatri, dhava, vasika, and Palashini, Vetasa, Suryavalli, and Ashtamoli, along with Shyama and Atimukta, boiled in milk and then cooled, keeping kapita seeds in it for a period of 100 beats of hand. And after drying them in the sun daily for a month are to be sown. This is the method he is mentioning for transforming kapita plant into a creeper. Kapithavalli karanaya. He is saying Kapithavalli karanaya for transforming kapita plant into a creeper. Kapithavalli karanaya. मूलान्यास्फीतधात्री धववासिकानां पलाशिनी वेतससूर्यवल्ली श्यामादिमुक्तैः सहिताष्टमूली क्षीरे श्रुते चाप्यनया सुशीते तालाशतं स्थाप्य कपित्थबीजं दिने दिने शोषितमर्कपादेर्मांसं अर्कपादे मासं विधस्त्वेष ततोधिरोप्यम् दिने दिने शोषितमर्कपादेर्मासं विधस्त्वेष ततोधिरोप्यम्. This method is mentioning for transforming kapita plant into a creeper. So like this, we can see the contribution of Varahamihira to Vriksha Ayurveda. So here we can see the ancient contributions to Vriksha Ayurveda, wherein they used a lot of things for getting good yield and promotion of the plants, and also even for avoiding premature destruction, and what other things we have discussed in this session about the contribution of Varahamihira to Vriksha Ayurveda. Welcome to the session on ancient Indian life science. In this session, we are discussing about ancient Indian botany, that is Vriksha Ayurveda. Vrikshanam Ayurveda, Vriksha Ayurveda. So Vriksha Ayurveda in Purana and in Varahamihira's Brihat Samhita. In Varahamihira's Brihat Samhita and in Puranas, we shall discuss in this session. So Vriksha Ayurveda, as we had already discussed, it is the science of plants. Vrikshanam Ayuhu Veda. Ayusho Veda. It is dealing with the botany in ancient India. We find the Vishnu Dharmottara Purana and the Agni Purana dealing with Vriksha Ayurveda. We also have a full text on the subject written by Surapala, which acquired the prestige of classic work and was copied or adopted for preparing other texts also. In Vishnu Dharmottara Purana, Pushkara appears as a narrator of the Khanda 2, chapter 300, entitled Vriksha Ayurveda. The Agni Purana, chapter 282, entitled Vriksha Ayurveda, appears to be a narration by Dhanvantari. Then Yamar Bhatta mentions Parashara along with the Kashyapa as sages who have written on Vriksha Ayurveda. Parashara is mentioned as an authority on Krishi Bhattottara's commentary on the Vrikshayurveda in chapter 54 in the Brihad Samhita of Varahamihira records quotations from the writings of Kashyapa. R.P. Kangle mentions Agnivesha as the author of the Vrikshayurveda based on the tradition recorded in Bhattaswami's commentary on Kautilya's Arthashastra. So like this, we can see the different texts on Vrikshayurveda. In Vishnu Dharmottara Purana on Vrikshayurveda, Pushkara says, Pushkara Uvacha, Uttarena Shubha Laksho Vatah Prag Bhargavottama Udumbarascha Yamyena Saumyena Shvatha Evacha. So he says, oh, the best among the Bhargavas, the Plaksha tree is to be planted in the north. To the north, it is auspicious. Vata on the east, Udumbara on the south, and Ashwatha on the west are auspicious trees. He says where which plant is to be planted, which is auspicious in this direction. Uttarena Shubha Plaksho Vatah Prag Bhargavottama, he Bhargavottama, Uttarena Plakshaha Shubhaha, Vataha Prag, Vataha Prag means in the east, Udumbarascha Yamyena, Udumbara on the south, Saumyena Ashwatha Evacha, Ashwatha on the west. Yete Kramena Nishyanti, Dakshinadi Samudbhavaha, Samipa Jatascha Tatha, Varjya Kantakino Druma. These trees in the order of sequence do not like the southern side. The trees with thorns grown closely are to be avoided. So he says further, Yete Kramena Nishyanti Dakshinadi Samudbhavaha, Samipa Jatascha Tatha Varjyaha Kantakino Drumaha, Kantakino Drumaha, Samipa Jataha Tatha Varjyaha. The trees in the order of sequence do not like the southern side. The trees with the thorns grown closely are to be avoided. Then he says, so where which plants are to be grown and which is auspicious. Vamabhage tathodhyane kuriyat vasagraha shubham vapayet praktilams tatra Mrindiyatanscha pushpitam Vamabhage tatha udyanam kuriyat vasagrihat shubham. On the left side of the house for residence in auspicious garden is to be planted. So on the left side of the house for residence in auspicious garden is to be planted. In the beginning, so the sesamum, and when they have grown flowers, they are to be pulverized. So pulverizing the plant is pulverizing the land, it says. Vamabhage tathodyanam kuriyat vasa grihashubham vapayet praktilams tatra vindiyam tamscha pushpitam tatastu ropayet vrikshan prayataha susamahitaha snato druma tatha phyarchya brahmanamscha shivam tatha. Tatastu ropayet vrikshan prayataha susamahitaha. After that, with well control over himself and having collected well his mind, he is to take path. He is to snataha. He is to take path. And then having worshipped the tree, drumam atha abhyarchya brahmanamscha shivam tatha. Then having worshipped the tree, Brahmana and Lord Shiva, the owner of the garden, is to plant the trees. So planting the tree is to be considered as a sacred puja, he says. So the person who is the owner of the garden should take bath, then having worshipped the tree, Brahmana and Shiva, he has to plant the trees. Tatastu ropayet vrikshan. ध्रुवाणि पाञ्चवायव्यं हस्तः पुष्यः स वैष्णवः नक्षत्राणि तथा मूलं शस्यते द्रुमरोपणे. So he says, ध्रुवाणि पञ्चवायव्यं हस्तः पुष्यः स वैष्णवः नक्षत्राणि तथा मूलं शस्यते द्रुमरोपणे. The nakshatras, the five fixed ones, the one presided over by Vayu, Hasta, the one presided over by Vishnu, and Mula are recommended as favorable for planting a tree. So the favorable nakshatras as mentioned here are the one presided over by Vayu, Hasta, the one presided over by Vishnu, and Mula are recommended for planting a tree. So Dhruvani Panchavayavyam Hastaha Pushyaha Savaishnavaha Nakshatrani Tatha Moolam Shasyate Dhrumaropane. So these are the nakshatras which are auspicious for planting a tree. Then he says, Udyanam Sajalam Rama Nabhiramam Yada Tada Praveshayenna Vitapa Praveshayenna Vipata Kuruhan Pushkarinyascha Karayet. If a garden full of water is not pleasing to the eyes, if the garden is full of water in not pleasing to the eyes, one is not to bring for planting their plants which are ill-grown and plant lotus pool there. So, in which place lotus pool is to be grown, he says. Where lotus pool can be planted, Pushkarini can be planted. In which place he says, Udyanam Sajalam Rama na abhirabam yada sada praveshayet na vitapa Pushkarinyascha karayet. There one has to do the Pushkarini. Pushkarinyascha karayet. If a garden full of water is not pleasing to the eyes, if a garden full of water is not pleasing to the eyes, then one is not to bring for planting the plants which are ill-grown, and such places is to be planted for lotus pools, Pushkarini. The water gushing up is to be purified and the wells are to be dug carefully. Samskaryamudbhidam toyam kupah karyah prayatnataha. Samskaryam udbhidam toyam kupaha karyah prayatnataha. The water gushing up is to be purified and the wells are to dug carefully. Hastam magha tatha maitram saumyam pushyam cha vasavam uttara tritayam ram tatha purva cha phalguni jalashaya samarambhe prashaste varunam tatha. He says, Hastam magha tatha maitram saumyam pushyam cha vasavam uttara tritayam rama tatha purva cha phalguni Jalashaya Samarambe Prashaste Varunam Tatha. The three Uttaras and the Purva and Phalguni and Varuna are recommended as favorable for beginning the digging of a water reservoir. So for beginning the digging of the water reservoir, which are the auspicious nakshatras are the Uttaras, and the Purva and Phalguni and Varuna. Hearing worship to the god Varuna, Sampujya Varunam Devam, worship to the god Varuna, Vishnu and Parjanya. Sampujya Varunam Devam, Vishnum Parjanyam Evacha. Being worshipped, God Varuna, Vishnu and Parjanya, having offered liberations to the Brahmanas, and also offering to the Brahmanas. Tarpayitva Dvijan, by offering to the Brahmanas. Kamis tadarambha karo bhavet. According to desire, one should start the beginning. So having worshipped God, Varuna, Vishnu and Parjanya, and also offerings giving to the Brahmanas, according to the desire, one should start the beginning. Kritva bahutvametesham ropya sarve hyanantaram shalmalim kovidaram cha varjayitva vibhitakam. So now he is speaking about the auspicious plants to plantation. Trees which are auspicious for planting in a garden. They are Arista, Ashoka, Punnaga, Shirisha, Mango, and Priyango. These are auspicious for planting. Then Panasa, Ashoka, Kadali, Jambu, Lakucha, and pomegranate are auspicious. Panasa, Ashoka, Kadali, Jambu, Lakucha, and pomegranate are auspicious. In a garden or houses, they are to be planted first. So the auspicious plants are to be planted first. After creating a multiplicity of these trees, all others are to be planted later, banning Shalmali, Kovidara, and Vibhitaka. Avoiding Shalmali, Kovidara, and Vibhitaka, other plants also can be planted in a garden or house. And by knowledge in a garden, knowledgeable person in a garden for goods, none of the trees, Ashana, Devadaru, Palasha, and Pushkara is to be avoided. So in the season at the end of summer, the planted trees are to be irrigated in the evening and morning, and in the winter season on alternative days. Here how the watering is to be done is mentioned during winter, summer, etc. In the summer, the planted tree are to be irrigated in the evening and morning, and also in the winter season on alternative days. In the rainy season, only when the soil is dried up and planted trees are to be irrigated. So how the irrigation is to be done, it is mentioned here. Sayam pratastu dharmante shitakale dinantare varshakale bhuvassoshe siktavya ropitaha drumaha. So this is how we mention. Sayam pratastu dharmante shitakale dinantare varshakale bhuvassoshe siktavya ropitaha drumaha. When one has to siktavya ropitaha drumaha, the planted trees are to be irrigated. Siktavya ropita drumaha. Sayam pratastu dharmanto shitakale dinantre varshakale bhuvassoshe. So in the summer, planted tree are to be irrigated in the evening and morning, and also in the winter season on the alternative days. In the rainy season, when the soil is dried up, the planted trees are to be irrigated. Now for planting, what is the distance between the plants? It's also mentioned here. Uttamam vimshati hastam, madhyamam shodashantaram, the distance between the two plants while planting. Sthanat sthanantaram karyam, vrikshanam dvadashavaram. The distance of 20 hasta between the trees is the best one, and that of 60 is middle one. The distance of 12 hasta is the worst one. That means there should be a distance of 20 hasta between the trees for comfortable growth of the plant. The trees, if they are very closer, that means if the distance is only 12 hasta, then they are to be transferred from one place to another. The trees grown closely touch one another, and it will not be very much comfortable to them to grow. And on account of the not apparent interlocking of their roots, the trees are rendered sterile. Yes, this is the problem that is taking place. The trees are rendered sterile on account of the not apparent interlocking of their roots. So their curative treatment in the case of the appearance of their diseases are also to be done. So it's also mentioned, some of the treatments are also mentioned, such as the improvement or the treatment of the affected parts, roots may be first cleared by cutting with some weapon. Weapon means such as knife. The trees covered with the paste of vidanga and ghee are to be irrigated with cold water. So this is how it is mentioned in Vishnu Dharmottara Purana. Adau samshodhanam tesham kinchit shastreena karayet vidanga grutapankaktan te jayesh shitavarina. The improvement or the treatment of the affected parts, roots may be first cleared by cutting with some weapon like knife. The tree is covered with a paste of vidanga and ghee are to be irrigated with cold water. Then in the case of premature destruction of the fruits, what has to be done in case of premature destruction of the fruits? So here it says, Falanashe kulattaischa Mashair Mudgastilair Yavaham Shita Shita Payasekaha Palapushpaya Saruvada. In the case of the premature destruction of fruits, the trees are to be sprinkled with milk boiled and cooled and mixed with the powder of kulatha, masha, mudga, sesamim, and barley. This is always helpful for the bearing of fruits and flowers. So in the case of premature destruction of the fruits, the trees are to be sprinkled with milk boiled and cooled and mixed with the powder of kulatha, masha, mudga, sesamim, and barley. This is always helpful for the bearing of fruits and flowers. Then the powder of the dung of sheep, goat, the powder of barley and sesamim and water washings of beef are to be kept covered in a vessel for 7 nights. The sprinkling of all the trees with the above mixture leads to the increase in fruits, flowers, etc. This is how it is mentioned. A tree whose seed is kept in the water mixed with the tin, that is vanga, and which is sprinkled with water mixed with tin. On getting mature, the tree has an abundance of flowers. There is no doubt about it. There is a growth of trees when irrigated with the water washings of fish. The dohata of the trees is also mentioned here. The irrigating of mango tree is designed with cold water washings of fish. The plant of Mridvika is also to be done in the same manner, and for pomegranate, cooked blood is recommended. So like this, even the animal parts are also being used for nourishment of the plant. Maybe when they are using such wastes, it is being used for development of the plant during those days. And they would have studied its impact on the plant growth, on the flowering, fruiting, etc. So these are all the different methods being mentioned in Purana, Vishnu Dharmottara Purana, Dvitiya Khande, Markandeya Vajra Samvadi. The irrigating of kapita and bilwa trees is to be done with water mixed with molasses. For jati and mallika, water mixed with sulfur is the most beneficial. And for the kubjaka and jati, the meat of tortoise is recommended, and for kharjura and coconut, and for vamsha and kadala. Irrigating with salt mixed with water is considered to cause an increase in growth of trees. So vidanga covered with rice, tandula, and the meat of fish is considered to fulfill the frequency longings of all the trees without exception. Being treated thus, the trees always become having beautiful leaves and flowers fragrant trees, fragrant, free from diseases, succulent, have a long life and full of good fruits. So being treated, thus the trees always become one having beautiful leaves and flowers, fragrant, free from diseases, succulent, have a long life and full of good fruits. So this is how various treatment of plants is being mentioned in Vishnudharmottara Purana, chapter 300, which is entitled Vrikshayurveda. So here at the end it says, Iti Shri Vishnudharmottare Dvitiya Khande Markandeya Vajra Samvade Vrikshayurveda Varnanam Nama Trimshottamo Adhyayaha. So this is how it is being mentioned in Vishnudharmottara Purana, Trimshottamo Adhyaya, which is entitled as Vrikshayurveda. Next we shall see on further about other texts of Vrikshayurveda.